Jones, it feels great to be alive. Hey, baseball YouTube fans or Boise Hawks YouTube baseball fans. Hope all you guys are having a great and lovely Friday. But hope all you guys are also having a great Saturday Eve. See what I did? Because tomorrow's Saturday. So we're on the eve of the weekend and on the eve of Saturday. Anyways, not important, guys, because today or tonight's episode is going to be a good one. But before we can say what we're going to do in this episode, I want to welcome all you guys back to the channel, A Main Event Baseball with Ryan, right here on YouTube. So in tonight's episode, guys, we are going to look at a preview for the upcoming 2026 Boise Hawks Pioneer League baseball season as they enter year number 6 in the Pioneer Independent Baseball League. We will also talk about all the players who have re-signed for the Boise Hawks in the upcoming Boise Hawks season. And then, guys, we will end tonight's episode with a question I have for you guys. And that one question, guys, will be regarding tomorrow's episode. So let's get started, shall we? All right, baseball fans, just like I said a few moments ago, this season is 2026, and it will be year number 6 that the Boise Hawks have their season in the Pioneer Baseball League. So we are entering season and year number 6 of Boise Hawks baseball in the Pioneer League. And the first really unique thing about the upcoming 2026 Boise Hawks season is actually right off the bat, right at the beginning of their season, particularly their opening homestand. Usually the past 5 years in the Pioneer League, the Boise Hawks have only had a 6-game opening homestand. That is not the case this year, guys. For the very first time in Boise Hawks baseball Pioneer League history, the Boise Hawks opening homestand will be a 12-game homestand. Tuesday, May 19th will be opening day for all 12 teams in the Pioneer Independent Baseball League, and it will be the beginning of the 2026 Boise Hawks baseball season. In particular, they will play 6 games at home against a team who was actually a playoff team in 2025, and they are one out of 2 rivals of the Boise Hawks. It will be the Ogden Raptors. From May 19th to May 24th. The Boise Hawks will play host to one of the rivals in the Pioneer League, the Ogden Raptors, in a 6-game series, guys. 5 out of 6 of those games will be night games. The only day game in that series will be the series finale on May 24th. But then we got May 25th, and there will be no baseball, no Pioneer League baseball, and no Boise Hawk baseball, guys. But May 26th is a Tuesday, and instead of usually going on the road for 6 games, the Boise Hawks will stay right here at home, and they will play host to a new team in the Pioneer League, the Modesto Roadrunners, guys, who is one of the 3 new teams in the Pioneer League. So the 2026 Boise Hawks opening homestand for the first time ever in the Hawks history in the Pioneer League will be a 12-game homestand. They will play 6 against the Ogden Raptors and 6 against the Modesto Road Runners, guys. And then we actually continue right into a few days later on what is unique as well. after the Boise Hawks have their opening 12-game homestand, they go on the road for 6 games, but they will not play a 6-game series. They will play a total of 6 games on the road, but they are not a 6-game series. They will play 3 games in one place and then 3 games in another. So on June 1st, which is a Monday, it will be a travel day for the Boise Hawks. The Boise Hawks will go up to the Missoula Paddleheads. The Missoula Paddleheads, every year in the Pioneer Independent Baseball League, have been not just one of the best teams, but they have been a contender. They have been a team that kicks the Boise Hawks' ass every single year. In 2021, the last time the Boise Hawks were in a championship game, the Missoula Paddleheads would win the Pioneer League Championship against the Boise Hawks right here in Boise, Idaho. So from June 2nd to June 4th, the Boise Hawks will play the Missoula Paddleheads in Missoula, Montana. Now, like I said, that is not a 6-game series. That will be a 3-game series. And then right after that, the June 5th through the 7th, the Boise Hawks will then go from Missoula to Montana, guys, in a 6-game road trip. 3 games in Missoula and then 3 games in Billings before they return home, guys, and all of that. But their next homestand, guys, will actually be a huge one. The second homestand of the Boise Hawks in 2026 will be the beginning of what I like to call the Battle of Idaho in the Pioneer League. And the reason I call it the Battle of Idaho is because it will be the beginning of the Idaho Falls Chuckers and the Boise Hawks. So from June 9th through June 14th, the Battle of Idaho will begin in the Pioneer League, and it will start right here in Idaho's capital, and the true #1 team in the Pioneer Independent Baseball League of Boise. It will be a 6-game series against the Idaho Falls Chuckers. Then June 16th through the 18th will be in Idaho Falls. So after we play the Chuckers for 6 games here at home, we then go to Idaho Falls at Melaleuca Field in Idaho Falls for a 3-game series, guys. And then we have a homestand again. Now, this is where you guys really need to pay attention, all right? Then we will come home for a 6-game series against, well, once again, our other rival, the Ogden Raptors. But this 6-game series, it's going to be very, very unique, okay? So game 1, 2, and 3 of this 6-game series will get played. And then, bam! It's a day off. After playing 3 of the 6 games, we will get a day off, and then we will resume the series on June 23rd. So it will be June 19th, 20th, and 21st. We will play right here at home against the Ogden Raptors to begin a 6-game series. But the 22nd of June is a Monday, and Mondays in the Pioneer League are an off day. So we will have off, and then we will resume the series June 23rd, 24th, and 25th right here at Hawks Memorial Stadium to resume the 6-game series. Now, I have been in contact with the Ogden Raptors, guys, and they are actually going to travel home on June 21st, have a full day off in Ogden in 22nd, and then they will drive back up to Boise on June 23rd to resume the series against the Boise Hawks. So it's a very unique 6-game series because we will play the first 3 games of that 6-game series. Then, bam, day off, and then we play the next 3 to finish the 6-game series, guys. And now, After that, guys, then the Battle of Idaho will resume in a 3-game series, and the Boise Hawks will go back to Idaho Falls. After that 3-game series, guys, the Boise Hawks will play the Ogden Raptors again, but this time it will be at Lindquist Field in Ogden, Utah. The Hawks will play the Ogden, the Ogden Raptors, guys, in 4 games. It's very unique, guys. It will be June 30th, July 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. That is 4 games in Ogden, Utah. So it will not be a 3-game series, and it will not be a 6-game series. It will be a 4-game series down at Lindquist Field in Ogden, Utah. And then right after that, guys, it gets a lot more weirder, because then the Ogden Raptors will come back to Boise, and they will only play 2 games against the Hawks at Hawks Memorial Stadium. So I guess that series, if you add it up, is a 6-game series. 4 out of the 6 games are going to be in Ogden, and then the final 2 games are going to be right here in Boise, Idaho. So then we are on July 6th. That is a Monday, so it's an off day. Then it's about to get crazy. Then we will play the Missoula Paddleheads, and we are on July 7th. July 7th and 8th, the Boise Hawks and the Missoula Paddleheads will square off right here in Boise, Idaho. But July 8th is a Wednesday. So set your calendar for July 8th. July 8th, the Boise Hawks and the Missoula Paddleheads will have a game at Hawks Memorial Stadium. But July 8th on a Wednesday and it will be a doubleheader, okay? So the Missoula Paddleheads and the Boise Hawks will play a doubleheader on Wednesday, July 8th. The doubleheader will be right here at Hawks Memorial Stadium. According to the Pioneer League at the moment, it is set for a day-night doubleheader. Then the day after that is going to be a Thursday. That is going to be a very unique and odd day off for the Boise Hawks and the Missoula Paddleheads as they travel to Missoula, Montana for the 3-game series. After that, guys, July 13th will be an off day. The Hawks will come back from Missoula, Montana, and they will get ready to have a 6-game homestand. Starting on July 14th, we will play one of the newest teams in the Pioneer League, known as the Pioneer League Travel Team. That will be a 6-game series. Then, guys, the Boise Hawks have a 6-game road trip, and those 6 games will be in the Golden State of California. 3 against Yuba, 3 against Oakland. Then, guys, it's just a 6 games. So the next time that it's really unique, guys, is really nowhere else. The only full homestand that the Boise Hawks will have in August is against a travel team, and that series is August 11th through August 16th, guys. And you know what? Then the Boise Hawks go on what I like to call the County Fair, or the Boise Western County Fair road trip. They will go to Montana, and then Tuesday, September 1st through September 6th, the Boise Hawks will come back home. They will have their final homestand against their in-state rival to end the Battle of Idaho against the Idaho Falls Chuckers. So there you guys go. Again, the 2026 Boise Hawks schedule, very, very unique and a little bit different from the other past 5 seasons that the Hawks have been in the Pioneer League, guys. Now, the last time the Boise Hawks have played a day-night doubleheader at Hawks Memorial Stadium, you would have to go all the way back to 2014. And in 2014, I was in high school, and the Boise Hawks were the low A affiliate of the Chicago Cubs, And back in 2014, the Boise Hawks were in the Northwest League instead of the Pioneer League. So there you go, a little like history on it, guys. And yeah, it's a very unique schedule. I will flat out admit that. The Boise Hawks will play every single team in the Pioneer League except one. The only team they will not play this year in the regular season is the Long Beach Coast, which is a new team in the Pioneer League. And the Long Beach Coast will play in Long Beach, California on a college field of the Long Beach Dirtbags. The only way we would see the Long Beach Coast and the Hawks in 2026 would be in the Pioneer League postseason. So that would be literally the only way. So, all right, guys, before I move on to our next topic and talk about the returning players for the Hawks so far in 2026, I want to know what you guys think of the 2026 Boise Hawks schedule. You know, how it is a little unique. So definitely let me know your guys' thoughts of it down below in the comment section. Now, I will say, even though I just announced the schedule of the Hawks in 2026, it could get changed up a little bit by the Pioneer Independent Baseball League. Hopefully that does not happen, so it doesn't, you know, cause chaos. But what I just announced, guys, is really what is the unique things about the Hawks 2026 Pioneer League season. So hopefully we can talk about that at another point. But yeah, I would like to know you guys' input on what you guys think of it and all that. It's pretty unique, but the only scheduled doubleheader the Hawks will have in the regular season, again, is going to be Wednesday, July 8th, here in Boise against the Missoula Paddleheads. Okay, baseball fans, now it is time for me to let you guys know on who the returning players for the upcoming 2026 Boise Hawks baseball season are. Now, there's a lot of returning players coming back. Not all of them have been announced yet. So right now, I am only going to be announcing the 5 guys that have been confirmed by Boise Hawks and the Pioneer Independent Baseball League on that are returning. So these 5 gentlemen have been announced by the Boise Hawks and are confirmed for 2026 Boise Hawks spring training. Okay, I'm going to go in order. So these are going to be from the first to the, actually there are 6. So I actually forgot. So there are 6, not 5. Okay. So the utility player is someone that usually in the definition of softball or baseball, a utility player can play up to 3 or more positions. So that will be utility player Ethan Underwood, right-handed pitcher Jacob Hughes, outfielder Drew Woodcocks, right-handed pitcher Cheney Trout, and left-handed pitcher Jeremiah Locklear. Now the 6th person was announced earlier today. I'm going to have to go back and look at his name real quick, and then I will come right back and let you guys know who that person is. Okay, so like I said, I was not announcing 5, I was announcing 6. And I do sincerely apologize to the latest Boise Hawks re-signee, because when I wrote the 5 previous that have been announced down, I forgot one, and that one was announced earlier today. So the Boise Hawks did announce earlier today on their social media platform that they have re-signed right-handed pitcher Gabriel Pachero, who was with the Boise Hawks last year. So Gabriel, I know I forgot you, and I sincerely apologize for it. I don't think he'll get really upset at me, though. I think he can be cool about it. But yes, guys, right-handed pitcher Gabriel Pachera was announced earlier today on Boise Hawks social media that he is returning for 2026 Boise Hawks season or 2026 Boise Hawks spring training. So I think Gabriel will forgive me for forgetting him and all of that. But now we're going to move on, and we're going to talk about 2026 Boise Hawks spring training. Okay, so like I said, on Tuesday, May 19th will be opening day, not just for the Boise Hawks, but for all 12 teams in the Pioneer League, which now brings me up to Boise Hawks spring training. Yes, guys, even though the season begins in May 19th to be exact, in the Pioneer League, in any independent baseball league, no matter what it is, there is spring training. So basically, what it has been like the past 5 years for the Boise Hawks in the Pioneer League is simply about 3 weeks of reporting and spring training. The Boise Hawks, they take they take BP, they do bullpens, live pitching, and then usually the 2 weeks or 1 week before the actual season begins, they do scrimmage games. Now, last year, the Boise Hawks played 3 exhibition games. They played 1 against the Black Sox and 2 games against their in-state rival, the Idaho Falls Chuckers. Now, it is true, guys, that in 2026, the Boise Hawks will have exhibition games. At the moment, we are expected to play the Black Sox Baseball Club and our in-state rival, the Idaho Falls Chuckers. Those game dates have yet to be announced. So when I know, I'll talk a little bit more about it when I know, and then I can let you guys know. But the Boise Hawks, guys, will be having scrimmage games in spring training. So I will do everything in my power to, get that footage on the channel and all that. Of course, during Boise Hawks spring training, there is a lot going on in baseball that I will also have to cover. But basically, guys, there will probably be a little over 10 guys that will be cut from spring training roster. I don't know if it's going to be 10 guys or more. That is up to 2026 Boise Hawks manager Sean Persky and his coaching staff. But usually in the past, guys, we've had maybe 10 guys or more that were on the spring training roster that are actually now gone. Sometimes they get put on the practice squad, which means when they're on the practice squad, they stay here in Boise. They practice even when the team's at home. They practice with the team, but then they're not in the dugout or uniform when the game begins, and they do not go on the road as well. So when the Hawks are on the road, they report to the Hawks Stadium to practice. So basically, that is what the practice squad is. Not every team in the Pioneer League has had a practice squad, but all 5 seasons or the past 5 seasons in the Pioneer League for the Boise Hawks have had a practice squad. And again, that is going to be up to Sean Persky and his staff if they want a practice squad for the Hawks in 2026. But that's not up to the Hawks or not. That's up to Sean Persky, all right? He's the manager for the Hawks in 2026. It's all up to him. But basically, guys, practice spring training for the Hawks it's really fun. It's like the simple things in baseball they do. It's, and then after a week or a week and a half, something like that, of really simple things, then the Hawks have scrimmage games. We had 4 scrimmage games in spring training last year at Capitol High School. and we only played about 2 of our spring training games actually on the Hawks field. And those 2 games were against the Black Sox and the Idaho Falls Chuckers. So, but yeah, spring training, guys, going to be very fun, going to be very interesting. We have guys that have been signed to the Boise Hawks spring training roster that are new or were not on the Hawks last year. So, that's the really interesting thing. We're going to have some returnees, but we're also going to have some guys that are just, new to the Pioneer League and Boise Hawks baseball. So it's going to be great. But yeah, there you go. That's a little intro into how spring training works in the Pioneer League or with the Boise Hawks. And I just can't wait, guys. I mean, spring training for the Hawks, Pioneer League, it's going to get here before you know it. And it's just going to be a really fun, good old time. So once I know the game schedule for the Hawks in spring training, I will definitely get it out there to you guys so you guys can plan. I do believe that when we play the Black Sox at the Hawks Stadium, that game will not be a free game. You will have to buy tickets, but I believe tickets for the Black Sox game against the Boise Hawks, they're like $5, and it's open seating. It's like you pay $5 to get in, but there's no assigned seating, so it's pretty cool. But I don't know what date yet we are set to play the Black Sox, and once I find out that info and I get the info from the Black Sox manager, I will get it out to you guys and all of that. But that's a little rundown on how spring training works. Spring training for the Boise Hawks or any other team in the Pioneer League is no different than MLB spring training or minor league spring training or even college baseball spring training. So, it's just in the independent league. That's really the only difference. So, there you guys go. And now it is time for me to ask you guys a question for tomorrow's episode. All right, main event baseball YouTube fans. That is all I have for you guys on tonight's edition of Main Event Baseball with Ryan. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you guys thought. But if you did enjoy the video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button and that smash out subscribe if you guys are not a subscriber already. And before I go off and end this episode, my question to you guys is, tomorrow is the Texas Tech baseball alumni game. And so all the players on the Texas Tech alumni were past players within the past 2 years, and they are now in affiliated ball, and they will be taking on the current Texas Tech college baseball team. So if you guys want me to cover that game tomorrow, let me know down below in the comment section. Otherwise, I will find something else to talk about in tomorrow's episode. So again, guys, if you want me to give you guys the highlight reel or the recap of the 2026 Texas Tech baseball alumni game, let me know if you want to see that. Other than that, we can figure out something else for tomorrow. But other than that, guys, have a great rest of your Friday night and your Saturday weekend eve. And I will see you all right back here tomorrow in the next episode. I cannot believe it, guys. 3 weeks from today is spring MLB, spring training baseball, and we are now exactly 2 weeks away from opening day in college baseball. All right, guys, have a safe rest of your Friday night. I will see you all in the next episode.